Hey everybody, it's Chuck Dixon here with another episode of Whatcha Watchin. People ask me all the time, what'd you think of this show? What'd you think of this movie? What are you watching? What are you looking at? What are you seeing? Tell us about it. So I'm going to tell you about it. And this week's episode is things you can find on Prime Video. If you're a Amazon Prime member, these things are free. There's some additional charges for some of the channels. I think a couple of these shows are on BritBox, which is a additional charge. But the family likes the Brit stuff. So anyway, that said, Sea Patrol. Sea Patrol is one of those rare shows that is exactly what it says it is. It's an Australian drama about an Australian Navy ship, the HMAS Hammersley, and their task is to patrol the waters north of Australia. And it's an action show. It's an ensemble cast show. It's, adventure, military action, some criminal investigation, stuff like that. As the crew of the Hammersley battles, terrorists, drug smugglers, they prevent foreign fishing boats from fishing illegally in Australian waters, things like that. But it's an action show, and it's a lot of fun. If you like your military dramas, straightforward and earnest, this is the one for you. It's 5 seasons, 5 13-episode seasons. The cast is terrific. You fall in love with all of them. And there's some really, really inventive storylines. And, like continuing subplots, everything you want in a television show. It's extremely binge-worthy, quite addictive. And I recommend it highly for any of you who like straightforward military action. And there's enough romance and intrigue and everything for the gals to like it too. Am I showing my age here? But yes, Sea Patrol, check it out. 5 seasons, 13 episodes each. You will not be sorry if this is the kind of stuff you like. I can't imagine them making a show like this here in the United States. A cast of heroes protecting national sovereignty. I don't think that would go in our woke culture today. But while it lasts, you can check it out on Amazon. Next one is New Tricks. This was obviously a very popular series in Britain. Ran for 10 seasons, 11 seasons, maybe more. And what it is it's about a unit in the London police, Metro unit, made up of retired cops, retired detectives who are brought out of retirement to solve cold cases. They don't have warrant cards and they don't really have the legal right to arrest, but they have the right to investigate. And it's got a terrific cast made up of a lot of people that, if you watch British television, you know well. Dennis Waterman, Alan Armstrong, Nicholas Lyndhurst. And the cast changes over the course of the show, but each edition is welcome. And, some of them are geeks. Some of them are like former tough guys. And it's a good mix of characters. One of the things I like about this show is when they split up to investigate, you've got 4 main characters. When they split up to investigate, sometimes the teams are different. The duos that go out to investigate, or they mix them up a bit. And it's great to see the dynamics between the characters as they mix with each other, as they cooperate, and sometimes there's rivalries within the unit and everything else. And but I like the fact that it's these older guys, because I'm an older guy. I like watching this one on my treadmill, because you see these older guys chasing criminals around. It makes me feel good about myself, that I'm not as out of breath as they are after running a block. But it's a good show. The mysteries are very clever. And as I said, it ran for a lot of seasons. So if you're looking for something binge-worthy that you can really dig in on and stick with for a while, check out New Tricks. It's currently on Amazon. I think it's on the BritBox. I'm not sure. Next one up is another offering from the UK, Friday Night Dinner. It's a half-hour comedy, and it's about a family The two sons are grown and left home, but they maintain the tradition of having the sons come home every Friday night to share dinner. And it's run a number of seasons. I assume it's popular. Extremely funny. I mean, every episode is about them having dinner, possibly company. Their weird neighbor always shows up, and the comedy cast is perfect. And the complications, it's a great farce show. It's a lot about the comedy of manners, a comedy about embarrassment, tons of awkward moments. Each character is indelible. My favorite is the dad. He has a favorite saying that I won't repeat here, but it's a very funny show, and you never know quite what's going to happen. I admire this kind of comedy where they'll build on a simple premise and then complicate it further and further and further, and maintain running gags, and for the big laughs go back to reference things that you forgot about from earlier in the episode. It's a good show. It usually takes place in approximately real time, which makes it interesting, and it's definitely worth your time if you want a good laugh. Get Shorty is a series that's not really based on Elmore Leonard's novel Get Shorty. There's no resemblance to the Get Shorty movie with John Travolta, but it is, like the show Justified, very much based on the style of Elmore Leonard's writing. Elmore Leonard being the original author of Get Shorty. Chris O'Dowd and Ray Romano. Chris O'Dowd is a criminal, low-life criminal in Nevada, who runs into trouble with the Mexican cartel he's been working for, and he goes to LA and gets himself immersed in the film business. That's where the similarities with the original Get Shorty end. He's got an adolescent daughter to look after, a broken up marriage. He convinces Ray Romano, a failing film producer, to go in with him on a project, and we quickly learn that there's really no difference between working for the Mexican cartels or working in the film business. They're both ruthless, filled with a-holes, people that'll stab you in the back. And I'm a big Chris O'Dowd fan. The guy is always consistently funny. He's very believable in this role. And like all Elmore Leonard stories, there's tons of fantastic dialogue and confrontations, humor, plenty of suspense. But as you can always be guaranteed in an Elmore Leonard novel, as bad as things get, there's going to be a happy ending for the good guy. So no spoilers there if you know Elmore Leonard. The fact that he can always end his stories on a happy note and yet still get you worked up, that's a sign of great writing. And the people that created this show, just like the folks who did Justified, really understand what made Leonard's work tick. And they really adapt his style well to this series. And Ray Romano is quite a revelation for a guy who was a stand-up comic and had his family sitcom show. He really exhibits some acting chops in this show, and he's very funny, because I don't think Ray Romano can not be funny. So, hey, if you have any suggestions, if you have like a TV show or a movie you'd like to hear my opinion on, or maybe you disagree with what I just said, or whatever, contact me at brunobookstore@gmail.com. brunobookstore@gmail.com. And it's the most reliable way of reaching me. And while we're at it, you need to check out ArcTunes. If you haven't already, 2 million views at ArcTunes. It's the brand new digital comic service. It's free. It won't cost you a cent. And there's dozens and dozens of comic series running with new episodes weekly. Some have new episodes bi-weekly. And it's every genre under the sun, from horror to humor. It's all in high resolution. You can watch it on any of your devices, including the big screen TV in your living room. The resolution is that crystal clear. So anyway, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And see you next week.